El Salvador, a small country in Central America, has only about 20,000 square kilometers and a total population of 6.7 million. In 2021, El Salvador has been known by all for its successful adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender, and then becoming the world's most dangerous country. El Salvador, a dangerous country. In El Salvador, when murder occurs, that is not news. But if there is no murder, that is news. According to the statistics of United Nations, El Salvador has one of the world's highest murder rates. Originally inhabited by Indians, El Salvador became a Spanish colony in 1524, declared independence on the 15th September 1821, and founded a republic on 18 February 1841. Since the 1920s, Salvadorians has lived under the dictatorship of pro-American military and underwent 12-year civil war until it ended in 1992. Conflict left over by civil war, low literacy levels, and political fights at parties have seriously restricted local economic development. As the most densely populated and smallest country in Central America, El Salvador has grown slowly in economy, with low national income mainly from coffee beans and cotton, and weak industrial base, making it become one of the lowest middle-income countries in the world. Why has El Salvador become the first one to adopt Bitcoin? The 9th of June 2021 is a historic day. El Salvador passed Bitcoin law with a majority vote to make Bitcoin its legal tender, which means El Salvador became the first country in the world to accept Bitcoin as official tender. Many people comment that this country is crazy. Why did El Salvador become the first country to legalize Bitcoin and quickly pass the law? What is behind this? It is not hard to understand. Imagine a sovereign country circulates over 90% of another country's currency in its market. This is very dangerous. El Salvador is a country that has been lacking an independent monetary policy, and its economy is dollarized. Under suppression of dollar policy, as long as the US adopts loose monetary policies, this heavily dollar-reliant small country will have to pay for the US in the interest of its own people. Meanwhile, as a dollar-dominated entity, 70% of Salvadorian residents don't have bank accounts or credit cards. Its economy heavily relies on migrants' remittance. Money sending back home takes up over 20% of GDP. However, in El Salvador, transfer money is very expensive, with over 10% international charging fee and taking several days to arrive. For this, Bitcoin adoption could avoid millions of dollars lost in remittance and increase billions of dollars income for over 1 million low-income families across the country each year. For low-income groups without bank accounts, a wallet can meet their needs, which is more convenient and cheaper. The weak financial services system has made El Salvador embrace cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, featured by decentralization, seems to be one of the safest ways to remove its reliance on US dollar. So Bitcoin is more than a speculative maker, but a low-cost financial infrastructure that will be integrated into the lives of Salvadorian residents. President Nayib Bukele, a social media celebrity. There are many small Latin American countries relying on the US dollar. Why was El Salvador the first one to adopt Bitcoin and quickly pass the law? There is only one real reason. El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele is a true Bitcoin enthusiast. President Bukele is 40 years old and took office on the 1st of June 2019. As a prolific social media user, Bukele has similar interests as Trump, who excels in using tweets to play presidential roles. Bukele also frequently uses Twitter to exert influence and has 2.7 million followers. With such a trendy and eye-catching president as well as Bitcoin enthusiast, it seems only a matter of time to legalize Bitcoin in El Salvador. Even on Bitcoin Day of the 7th of September 2021, Bukele posted and shared a total of 49 tweets more than any other day in the past, which shows his insistence on the issue. Influenced by such a big driver, it is easier for El Salvador to be the first one to adopt Bitcoin. Bitcoin experiment, financial disaster, or innovation revolution. Such bold moves have also brought a domino effect in the American continents. Since the adoption of El Salvador's Bitcoin law, many Central and South American countries have stated their positions on Bitcoin, such as Paraguay, Panama, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, and Ecuador. All their leaders showed great interest in Bitcoin in different ways. These countries have one thing in common. Most of them are heavily reliant on the US dollar. Even some of their official fiat currencies have been replaced by US dollar. For El Salvador, Bitcoin adoption seems to be a stride to drive the domestic financial sector and explore an optimized and independent monetary system to break restrictions from the US dollar. But most countries are still strictly regulating and restricting Bitcoin. The policy gap in El Salvador also creates an atmosphere for Bitcoin. Despite its small economic size, with its loose regulation and tax policies, El Salvador is expected to attract many crypto businesses and investors, establish a new crypto offshore financial center, and bring more economic benefits and increase the employment rate for the country. However, opportunity always coexists with risk. Despite Bukele's enthusiasm, some people are not convinced by it. On the 7th of September, or Bitcoin Day, Chivo, a state-backed cryptocurrency wallet, suffered technical glitches and a sudden 14% plunge in Bitcoin. Additionally, over 1,000 people protested in the capital, San Salvador. They burned ties and set off fireworks outside the Supreme Court to oppose the adoption of Bitcoin. The high hacker threat, serious energy consumption, large price volatility makes Bitcoin have obvious inherent flaws as fiat currency. The legalization of Bitcoin may indirectly result in illegal transactions, leaving El Salvador in a whirlpool of money laundering and black market transactions. As its gang problems has not been solved, the emergence of crypto has undoubtedly increased the difficulty of cracking down on illegal actions. How will this wave of Bitcoin legalization in El Salvador end? Everyone is waiting to see. El Salvador means, in Spanish, saviour. Whether Bitcoin will be El Salvador's saviour or Satan, only time will tell.